It's the kitties. Hey, welcome to the May 31st trade review. What are we looking at here? Oh boy. This is going to make me dizzy. Let's go take a look at the trades because I don't want to do this anymore.
Eva Trades.
That's right. It's the May 31st trade review. Getting a little cat action there. I'm up $13.90. That's right. A whole $13.90. Go down to Starbucks. Get a coffee. Anyways, that's pretty good though, considering that I was down, at one point today, down $345 or something like that, roughly. So, that's well below my max loss. I allowed myself today to trade myself into the red, well below my max loss. And as a day trader, I try to adhere to rules, because I like to call myself a professional. Occasionally I will accidentally, on purpose, sort of, I don't know, lose sight of that and end up trading or over trading too much. And it could have been a pretty big red day. Luckily though, I've been doing this long enough that usually I can recover, but I try not to stay in that frame of mind because I can still have big red days if I don't stop when I'm supposed to. So done if I hit my max loss of $200, and I was down well over 200, so I should have stopped. I didn't. I traded my way back and got back to green, and then I stopped. A little disappointed by that. I'm not disappointed that I'm green, just disappointed that I broke the rules. Let's take a look at the trades, though. We can break them down. Today was like a Wild West show. I was just guns out, just blazing. I did not trade the best starting out. I started to settle down after a while and did a little better later on. We didn't have a whole lot on the gap scan or on any of the scanners this morning, so I picked out some stocks that I thought maybe might do something, but they were, light on volume. They weren't really doing a whole lot pre-market. So I wasn't sure, and so the day started out pretty choppy. AI, right away it breaks out, and it does pull back. So I'm trying to focus on buying pullbacks rather than breakouts, but I would consider this a breakout trade because it was green moving up and it looked pretty strong, but we were below the volume weighted average price. That's the dotted line. And so we went up and tapped it and then started pulling back, and I kind of know better. I shouldn't have jumped into that, but I did anyways, looking to make something happen. We pulled back to 41.65. I jump in it. We dropped down even further to 41.38. I jump in it a second time. And then it continues to come down. It stops me out here and here. So I immediately, well, actually, I took myself out of the trade because it was coming down so far. So I was down like $70 on the day. Oh yeah, and yeah, that's what it shows here. And those are the only trades I took on AI. So you can see that. Yeah, I lost $70 to start my day. So I started out red, and that's never fun. Boyle, I don't like to trade Boyle. It's a higher float stock, and so it doesn't move very fast. It can have some explosions occasionally, but I've never historically done very well. There just wasn't a lot to watch, so I'm red on it, down $54. I traded it here rather than buying well, it's kind of a pullback trade. You can see how we formed a support down here at 284 on that first 1 minute candle. This was the low of day, and then we bounced. We formed a high of day, and then we pulled back to that low of day. So I was looking for a double bottom and then a break through the high. So that's why I was jumping in here, but we didn't get it. And I really should have been buying at that support. But then we came back down. It stopped me out. I think I took a full stop on that, or maybe I didn't. And then anyways, then I ended up buying on this support, looking for the break. Stopped out down here. So down $54 on Boyle. Didn't trade it the best. It just, of course, wasn't moving in the right direction anyways. So Mark came up on the scan at around 6 o'clock, I think. It started hitting the scanner, making its move pre-market right in here. Yeah, 6 o'clock. Then it pulled back, but then, unexpectedly broke out as the bell rang. I wasn't really expecting that. It kind of gave back a big portion of its move there pre-market. So as it was breaking out, I'm jumping in at here and here, breakout trade. We break through. I'm holding it on the way up. I add a little more here, sell it all up into here. Really nice. Actually, I think I was sold. No, I sold two of the positions I was in, held the rest. It pulled back, stopped me out here. I jumped back in it because we did back test this support. So I jumped back in it, even though it's a little high, sold it up there, made some more money on it. Not bad. Then we back tested the volume weighted average price. I'm a little late on this one, jumping in it a couple times. Sold half of it here, basically break even, stopped out on the rest down there. Buying a breakout here, adding to it here, stopping out down there. And it looks like I must have held some of that because there's a red arrow up here. So that probably ended up being not so bad of a trade after all. Buying the pullback here to the EMA, but didn't look too good. So I took myself out of the trade right in here. And then as this was moving up, I didn't trade it here because it was taking so long to go up. And I was thinking, man, you know, this looks like a candidate for a flush down and I just don't want to get caught in a flush. So I didn't trade it, but then it broke through $1.74. And so then I started trading it in here. Then I started getting worried again with this long upper wick that, you know, it's going to flush. I'm just worried about a flush down and I don't want to take a big loss. So I ended up getting back out of it. But then we had this candle and this started to look really strong. So I'm like, you know what? I'm jumping back in it. And I jumped in it several times, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Then it broke through the high. That's really risky. It broke through the high, luckily for me, and I sold it all and ended up being up $82 on the stock. Before that, I was red. So it was a really good trade. And then we flushed down, and my idea was to buy off of this support as we were flushing. And I even said during the live stream, I'm like, here we go, watch for the flush. And as it was coming down, I was buying, but I got in a little high, got back out, basically break even, made just a little bit of money on that. And I want to tell you what had me worried about a flush down on this one was back here when we were in this area. I was seeing these big red volume candles, and that's something that you will see, not every time, but a lot of times you'll see that when a stock is, well, it's kind of a red flag. It's like something to be cautious about when you see that, because oftentimes you will see flushes down. So that's what had me worried. And so that was it, up $82 on Mark. And then I traded MRKR. This was our leading gapper. I wouldn't say I traded this. I would say I was, I don't know. I don't know what I was doing with this. It was really bad. As you can see, I bought way up here, and then I added here and here on this little pullback, and then stopped out here, here, and here. So buying the breakout rather than waiting for a pullback. We did pull back to this support here. I didn't buy it there. We came down into this support and I bought it up here. Took myself out of the trade there because I didn't, you know, in case it dropped further. But look at this. There are plenty of opportunities on this support of $1.77. Let's see, where is that on the 5-minute time frame? Let's take a look at that. $1.77. That's just the low of that 5-minute candle. Nothing significant there. So it's significant on the 1-minute time frame. Yeah. So anyways, we came down and tested it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. All I had to do was buy once off of that support, and any one of these bounces would have worked. But instead I bought up here. So very disappointing that I didn't buy off the support. I know better than that. I've been really trying to work on that. And then look what I do. Oh, it's green. It's going up. So I buy way up here. God dang it. And then I have to sell down here for a loss. Yeah. Then I'm buying here off the volume weighted average price. Okay, that's not bad. And then I'm selling up here. I sold half of it up here. I was holding the rest, but it came down here and I took a loss on that. Apparently. Oh, yeah. And then it flushed down to this support. This was my one good trade on this stock. I bought it at this support. It makes a move up, and I sell both of those positions right here. There's another little one down here, but I got in a little high as we came down to this support. I got in this, sold there, and took a loss on that. So that's probably a break-even trade. Anyways, lost $269 on the stock. Managed to recover some of that on this trade right here. And this is another one that has those higher red volume candles. So, and then that was it for MRKR. So much for our leading gapper. And here's the one that before I started trading was down like $300 and something, and then I managed to make 403 on this one. So that was pretty good. I started out on it as a breakout trade. This the one I was not watching this pre-market. It actually hit the high of day scanner somewhere, probably I think right here as it broke through that high of day, and then I pulled it up and then traded it here on a breakout little scalp trade. Sold it there, sold the rest there. Another scalp trade here, but I sold that break even. Then we pulled back to this support. You see how we broke through 650? It's a psychological level. It's also the top of this candle that we broke through. And then as we came back to back test, I jump in it twice. And as we're looking strong, I add 1, 2, 3 more times. And then up in here, I add one more time. I sell it all right there. Beautiful trade. I don't know how much I made on that, but it was pretty good. And then we pulled back another one here, 663. As we broke through, we pulled back, we back tested. I get back in it, and I could have held that. I didn't. I wish I would have, but I sold it for a small profit. I just, we broke through that support, so I wasn't sure if it was going to keep going. Then I took a small scalp trade up here, and this is what got me back. It got me to green on the day. And then we have one more, SOXL. This was another one that popped up on the high of day momentum scanner. And I took a scalp trade on it, breakout trade first thing here. Got in it a couple of times, sold it there and there. Another breakout. We pulled back for a little bit. Well, it's not quite a 1 minute higher low, but it's inside bar. It's a consolidation. And then we broke through that level. And as we were breaking through, I'm buying it and then I'm selling up here. So I'm green on the stock. And up here, we're getting pretty extended, but we're opening here, we're pulling back a little bit. I'm going to look for that move up towards $3. So I'm getting in here a couple of times, but it pulls back a little too far. So I just get back out, take a loss on that. Buying off of this support, unfortunately for me, it doesn't bounce from that support. It continues to drop. So I take a loss on that. Then I buy off of this support, and then I'm thinking, I bought here and it kept dropping. So, now I'm buying here. What was that support? Oh, yeah. That was this level here I had marked. So, and it's not a real significant support. It's not a real nice, higher low. It's just an inside bar. So I'm like, yeah, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, if this keeps dropping, I'm just going to take another loss. And we do have the volume weighted average price down here. So I ended up getting out basically break even. If I had held that, that would have been great, but I didn't. And then I bought the breakout up here. What the heck? Stopped out right there. And then another breakout here. Stopped out for a loss. Bought a bounce right here. Made back a little bit. Down 79 on the stock on that one. So that's my day. I don't like the way I started. I don't mind the way I finished. I think I kind of... Yeah. Well, anyways, so that's just the way it goes sometimes. Look at this on Sophie. Nice break over that level, that previous 663. That's the one that we broke through before that we didn't bounce off of. But now we are bouncing off of it. Interesting. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me. So I hope your trading day went well. Thanks for watching this. I appreciate it. And I'll see you back here tomorrow morning for another exciting adventure with Day Trading with Josh. We'll talk to you later. Bye.